It is for the 23rd time Monday Night Beers. What is that?
Woo!
Big 2-3, the Jordan episode.
Has it really been 23 times?
You know what's weird is someone asked us, I can't remember who, like, where are the first like two? And I have no idea. I thought I put them up on my own YouTube or something, but then I looked. I don't know where the first two of these fucking things are, but
Lost to history. Who
We
knows?
inching closer to this becoming an actual regular podcast. We'll see.
The first two got put up on Patreon on Power Moves.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
So
There you go. I'll let whoever know.
I don't know
if they
how-
need to get over there.
I don't know how those can get extracted, but
Well, someone's got to kick down a couple bucks. How's everybody feeling? Good?
Not bad.
Haven't eaten all day, man.
Damn, dude, you're just busting out those memorial teas.
Went too hard on Sunday. Yeah, yesterday. Just ate everything. Took like one of those long shits this morning where like it just doesn't stop. And I just didn't eat the rest of the day. I was like, nah, that's a bad sign.
Mm.
A lot of water.
I'm bad at eating breakfast, and I'm bad at like I just don't do it. I skip it all the time, and then once you get past that point of no return, it's just like you feel like shit. You're gonna feel like shit the rest of the day. If I get to like 2:30 and I haven't eaten, I'm fucked.
You got to eat at least a little something
Yeah.
just so you don't crash. And because if you're on empty stomach and you're pounding coffees and all that, it's going to be, you're going to feel
It's a
like
bad
shit.
time.
Drink some
Well, I
water.
started doing the shakes, dude. It takes it out.
Yeah.
You wake up, you start the blender, and you're done with it. Like that's how I handle it.
Yep, I've got that does help me, and I'll eat that for lunch, man. I'll put a whole cup of Greek yogurt and some protein powder, and then a bunch of just random frozen fruit and a half banana, and fucking that's my lunch. It's like it's a ton of calories. It's like 70 grams of protein. And I eat, it's easy to eat for me. I like biting shit sometimes.
Yo, have you seen the Oreo milkshake from Baskin Robbins? The health shit on the side of it? It's fucked up, dude. It's 120 something grams of sugar.
Dude.
And like that little shake,
Jesus
somebody
Christ.
threw it up because TikTok's getting banned or whatever, and they're just like, "Oh, but this is legal." Like, it looked gross. It looked good.
mean,
too.
A banquet pot pie is one of the greatest items of food ever, but don't ever look at the fucking nutrition on that thing. That is a fucking death warmed over item.
I
right
re-
there.
I remember I was like, when I was like 19 or 20 and still going to college, me and my friend Dennis, we'd go to Denny's in the morning and get a meat lover skillet like every morning. And then I looked up and it's like 2,000 calories or something. And
Yeah.
so much, but you're like 20, you can eat the dump. It doesn't matter.
Apparently, you had no problem shitting at work either, eh?
No, yeah.
I mean, in all seriousness, I try to like eat macro. Like I try to like have higher amounts of protein. And when I eat bad shit, I want like a cheesesteak because it's like a fuckload of steak. It's good for you.
Is that what macro means?
And no, it's like it's the way of balancing your diet. Like you're trying to
Hit like certain percentages of carbs and fat and proteins and all that.
Too
yeah.
much work.
So
Did I
like
hear you say
it
sometimes
just helps
you
me.
want to bite stuff.
Yeah, I like grind my teeth at night, and like I gotta crunch my jaw back together in the morning, even with the mouth guard. It's all like my jaw's all fucked up, and I just don't like food. Eating food doesn't sound pleasurable to me.
You know what you
So
should
I
get?
like soft-
You should get a rawhide bone from PetSmart. I can take you in.
I told Gnarly I experimented with those Wu-Tang like chew sticks, those African chew sticks for a while. I think when I first moved to New York, I was like, these are fucking dope. Method Man chews on this stick.
What? I don't
You
even know what the
haven't
fuck
seen
that
those?
is.
Just like a piece of wood straight up. You just fucking chew on it.
Like
Yeah,
a,
it's
like
like
just
a-
like big toothpick or whatever.
It's like about that big, that
It-
thick.
Big toothpick.
It would be a backwoods cigar sized toothpick. But if you look back at like early Wu-Tang and that whole, sect of hip hop, there was a lot of dudes with the chew sticks, the African chew sticks. I forget the exact name. Toothbrush is also very popular. A lot of cats just kicking it with the toothbrush at all times, so you can just pop it out and do like a little brush.
Damn.
Got to, man. Got to.
Got to.
This
Pop,
first
that could be the
question,
way you quit smoking.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure a toothbrush will satisfy all those urges for you.
Yeah.
It's a wonder you haven't.
Soak it with nicotine.
Jesus. This first question comes from Mingstein, and I think it's like almost specifically for the Pop Man. Who's the most overrated of the big four? Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth. Who is the most underappreciated?
I think you're being sarcastic then. Since I listen to the least amount of heavy metal of all of, I will, well, I mean, Metallica is the one I know the most of. Some Kind of Monster is a great flick. So Megadeth, maybe, I don't know. I'll let you boys handle this one.
I'm going Megadeth.
As overrated?
What is
Yeah.
most overrated?
They want to know who's the most overrated of the big four and who's the most underappreciated of the big four.
For me, I'll say Anthrax is most overrated. I think it's a T-shirt band. Like, I never cared for much
This
Anthrax.
motherfucker.
Never cared for it, man.
Gnarly's
that was
fist
the
comes
nerd
through the
band
zip,
when I was-
comes through
when
the
I was a
Zoom.
kid.
Yeah, I don't. I never really.
Underrated, I
totally-
say Megadeth.
is what underrated?
I say underrated.
Yeah. So I never really totally got Anthrax, so I'm gonna say that for me they're overrated. But one time I fucking sat next to a dude.
Gnarly's gonna kill us.
What's that?
Gnarly's getting
baby.
steamed.
Subjective. Yes, thank
Keep
you,
going,
Gnarly.
go.
Thank you for having the clear head on this thing. One time at an Islanders game out in fucking Nassau, I sat next to a dude and we got into it because he was trying to tell me that Megadeth was the greatest thrash band of all time, and I wasn't having it. And I'm not like completely like versed in all their catalog, but I feel like I know enough. But I don't think that Megadeth is the greatest thrash band of all time. But
You know what it is.
yeah, I think
If you've heard some Megadeth, you kind of know what's going on there.
I'd say Slayer's probably the most underappreciated because of those four bands. That's like the least, the band with the least mainstream
They're pretty down for their
popularity,
shit.
or like, what's that, Nar?
They're like down for their shit too. They're from here.
Yeah, dude, Slayer's fucking awesome, but I don't think that they're like, a lot of people just know that name as like a satanic band or something. They don't really fucking know that
Yeah.
band is like awesome.
I want to say they had the most heat too.
Well,
Deal.
I think with a band like Slayer, also people just who don't listen to that type of music, they don't understand the complexity of those songs. They just think it's all just screaming and playing a guitar real fast. Like they don't understand.
No,
If
you
you
gotta be
actually
on drugs
slowed
and
those
shit
songs
faced
down,
playing those songs.
yeah,
That's some
the
work.
the melody's just stretched. It's condensed. They're playing X amount of music in this amount of time that could be stretched out into into a different fucking song. But yeah, I can't imagine that shit. That's just not screaming and smashing on a guitar.
Did I tell you guys, this isn't about metal, but it's about music. I was playing the Louvin Brothers record, Satan is Real, on the turntable the other day. And then from like the other room, Emily goes, is this guy singing about a dead baby? And I go, yeah, he drank too much and his baby died, but then he's Christian at the end. And she's like, what is this?
Yeah.
Chicks don't dig the Louvin Brothers, man. You
Well,
gotta...
dude, one time we fucking threw that shit on at the Roost, dude, and there's that whole like fucking sermon at the end of the one song.
That episode of Rhinestone, what is it?
Cocaine and Rhinestones. Yeah.
Cocaine and Rhinestones is, if you've never listened to that podcast, start there, and then you'll get it. If you like that sort of thing, That guy does a great fucking job.
Yeah, it's a good. And the book Satan is Real about the Leuven brothers is pretty short. I think it's cheap on Amazon. That's a really good book to start. And the record's fantastic.
Dude, as a music book guy, Bernsey, that fucking Leuven Brothers book is for you.
I should listen to it. I shouldn't have spoiled my supper by listening to the podcast. But
Jojo Allen,
I'm sure it's still good.
is there any booze you can't drink anymore because it just doesn't agree with you? Anytime I drink Bud Light, I get a headache before I get a buzz. I don't know if it doesn't agree with me. There's
I don't
some
drink-
shit that I'm just not trying to drink anymore.
I won't do shots of whiskey if I don't have to. That's like one thing I don't like doing. When I was, we're gonna do shots, and it's like whiskey. I'm like,
That's too bad.
I'd rather sip that than fucking.
Yeah,
doesn't
I had
agree
to
with
swear
me.
off shots a while back. I don't really do shots pretty exclusively anymore for my own well-being.
Raspberry vodka was a big
sip
one.
a shot,
I couldn't
though.
touch. That brought
As-
back memories getting thrown up on.
As has been well documented on this program, I did have a 10-day love affair with Southern Comfort.
Oh yeah, you did. The first time I got drunk was on Screwdrivers, and I was really hungover, and for a long time I couldn't drink vodka or like Screwdrivers or anything because it grossed me out. That's my story.
Booze, like I don't get that whole like I can't drink that, can't drink this. But I'll tell you, I had to stop drinking Cab Sav, red Cabernet fucking wine, because my butthole would turn into just a water fountain in the morning, the day afterwards. Like for whatever those like. It's I love that fucking wine because it's thicker, heartier, better flavor. But now I drink Pinot Noirs because it's a more filtered, clear wine that doesn't have all this, all the fucking tannins and the skin bits and shit. I would just and it was every day. I have 3 glasses of wine, not get drunk, just get relaxed on a Tuesday and wake up and just like a fountain. Just terrible. And then I get super dehydrated because the wine would give me this severe diarrhea, but I still drank the wine every day because I'm stupid. But Pinot Noir, if you have this problem, I'll stand with you. And switch yourself to Pinot Noir. You won't shit so bad.
That's a good tagline. You should be their official spokesman.
Yeah, I wrote that
We'll
down.
give you-
Potman, have you been taking some cuts or did you have an intruder? What's up with the ball bat?
Oh, I just bought one off Amazon because I like to.
Hell yeah.
I like to swing the bat. I like to have a bat to swing, and I've left it at my old apartment, so I finally bought a new one.
You gotta take that to the golf course. Hit some
Yeah.
balls with that thing, dude.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun. How does your old lady feel about you having a baseball
She
bat
doesn't
to
like
swing
it.
around the house?
She doesn't like it, and I was like, "You sound like my mom." My mom used to, because I would watch baseball games and just stand in front of the TV and swing the bat, and my mom's like, "What are you doing? You're gonna break a window." And I'm like, "Nah, it's fine." And then she's like, "You're gonna kill one of the cats." I'm like, "I'm not gonna swing the bat when the cat's around."
Oh, you're swinging it indoors?
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
It's fun to swing. You can't, it's fun to swing a bat.
We got to find out if the batting cages
Oh,
are
this is
open up
gonna
at
end
Burbank.
bad. That open door you leave every time. I'm just waiting for like a fucking clown or some psychopath to come out of there, and
say
then that's
that,
the last
Burns.
we see you. Let's see the bat. Show us the bat. Go get the bat. Let's see the detail on there.
It's not. No, it doesn't have a player signing it. It just says.
That's all right.
Where's it? It says legacy, and it's hollow. It's actually it's only 33 inches, but I should have got a 34. It's actually pretty light.
Yeah, I swing
But,
at 34, dude.
Yeah, 33 is a little small. It's kind of light, but it's still fun.
Dude, you gotta be on your balcony with one cig in your mouth, just chilling right there.
Oh yeah, just believe it. It got it for like $29. It's good.
Pine
That
cone on
looks
that.
really cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Always good to have a bat around
30
the house.
bucks.
Yeah.
I love having random sports stuff. Like
Burns,
I went and shot hoops today. I like just having a what?
Can you turn your glass? I don't want to see that fucking logo looking at me.
Just win, baby.
Nah, let's not win today.
Still available. We still got koozies available.
Get a koozie, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's a good one
you're-
right there.
it's one and you get 2 for 1. Bam, bam. It's great. These would be beautiful hats. Black with that.
I hear you.
We gotta sell the
Uh,
koozies first, though. We can't have other new merch until the koozies get sold.
Rob Lobster 43, Rob Sakuzo. What is the embarrassing story from your childhood that shakes you awake in the middle of the night that everyone thinks isn't a big deal?
Well, what from my childhood wasn't embarrassing?
I think the thing that I think about every once in a while is like, there's like, we had like a little, I think we sort of inherited this tree fort. We kind of found it and it was like, it had already kind of been abandoned or whatever. And there's this field. And for whatever reason, we were just out there on like a Saturday or something and we were eating something. So we're like, maybe one or both the people I was with, it was like probably in fucking like 2nd grade or something. They're like, they fucking got on me like for chewing with my mouth open. And it like, it stopped that moment. I'll tell you that.
Hell yeah.
Like, it was a hard shame, dude. It was a real hard shame.
There's so like how many things do we all have that aren't a big deal that you got picked on when you were a kid and you were constantly like, I remember when I was in 7th grade, I referred to my pants as dress slacks and this kid punched me in the arm and he called me a name, and then I probably spent like 15 years trying not to say dress slacks.
My trousers.
Don't say dress slacks. Don't say dress slacks.
Oh my God. What a terrible affliction to have to think about that all the time.
Dude, I will also
Is that
say
a
that
Dale's tall boy?
Yeah. Got it at the liquor store. It's good.
I fucking, for reasons unknown to this day, had joined the band in junior high.
Mm-hmm.
So the summer before, right, you like learn how to play whatever the fuck it is. I learned how to play this trumpet. And so then the first day of school, I'm like, fuck, am I supposed to bring this fucking instrument? Am I not? And I'm like walking up to the school and I'm kind of scanning out front. I don't see anybody with any fucking instruments. So I like do a fucking end around and I hide it in the woods behind the school. So I spend the whole day like worrying about this fucking trumpet that's out in the woods. And then at the end of the day, I fucking busted out there and there was like a fucking 1 or 2 like weird, like old dude. Like I was like, get the fuck away from me, get away. Reclaim the instrument. Yeah.
That's insane.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I got pants
God.
of everybody in high school when the Marines were there. The Marines were like doing like a push-up contest, and we were just like standing there, just like the fuck.
What?
It's like everybody from the school was like watching, and my buddy Greg went from behind me and just fucking perfect pants. And as one of these, I was just like, what the fuck?
Oh.
They had to come and grab my shit, and then my boy David Flores had my back and was like, "You got a big old dick."
Mm-hmm.
Like people didn't even know what was happening. He kept being like, "He has a big dick." And like, why? Like, what happened? That was pretty
Man.
bad. And then I
That is
got.
That's a
video of
kindness,
me.
though. That's a good friend.
He's cool, man. I think he digs graves for Rose Hills right now. That guy's tight.
Mhm.
But another time I was little, I was holding a lizard by the tail, and no one told me. And my mom was filming, and like the lizard snapped off, and I was just there holding the tail, crying, and my whole family just laughing at me, like while they're filming it. And I'm just standing there, just like no one's telling me anything. Everyone's just laughing at me. I think I killed this lizard. That fucked me up.
Wait, you didn't know you had the lizard in your hand? Or
I
you
didn't know
it
if
broke
you
off?
hold them by the tail, they just like snap off as like a defense mechanism.
Right.
So I thought I killed the poor guy, and I'm just holding it. And
Okay.
everyone's laughing at me. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I remember one time in 5th grade, I was swinging. We're at recess. I was swinging on the swing set with one of my friends, and we're seeing how high we could go. Because you know how if you get high enough, the chain gets slack and then snaps you, right? And he went back, and he got so high, he fell over backwards and landed on his head.
Yes.
And I started laughing, and I started laughing so hard that I pissed my pants. And so I was like, okay. I was like, I just fucking pissed my pants at school. I'll just like, cause you could see it. And I was like, I'll just untuck my shirt. I'm good. And then my shirt was soaked with piss. And so I was like, I can't go back. So I just fucking ran home. I just made the executive. I go, I can't. I'm pulling the cord, and I
The
ran.
exact right move. The
Yeah,
exact
and
right move.
I was like, I cannot go back into school. No one will know what happened. I might get in trouble for cutting, but I am running home, and
That
that's
kid's
what I did.
dead, just fucking, just lying there. Hell yeah.
That's so good.
You got it. Like you can't
My
let it.
last,
Ugh.
I'm like in the like 8 years old, and I lived on a cul-de-sac, and so in the summertime, we'd play hide and go seek, like all the kids, but through like a 3-block radius. You'd hop fences, and it was super fucking fun because you just hide in anyone's backyard, and it's a different time then. You could just go in someone's backyard, no one fucking noticed or cared. You're just neighborhood kids, and my mom and my dad were hanging out with like 10 other adults because very, very Midwestern 80s cul-de-sac vibe. They're just kind of dudes are smoking cigarettes, drinking Miller Lite. You know, some people are in lawn chairs, just all hanging out. And I got this sweet hiding space, but I got poop. And I'm like, I'll just hold the poop in and then I won't have to go home. If I come out, everyone's going to see me. So I'm sitting like on my knees, and I've got like my heel like pressed up against my asshole to like hold the poop in. And I like get that pain where it couldn't hold it in there anymore. And then it came out like all just mud pie because of the heel that I had pressed up against my anus. So it really dispersed.
So your
And I'm
heel's still
just like-
pushing?
Over
Yeah,
your
it's-
shoe?
No, it's like, you know, it's just inside my underpants. I got a fruit. I probably have on a Batman underoos at that time. And I'm like, fuck, please God. And I like, you know, now I could smell it. I know I just shit my pants, and this has never happened as a grown child. And I run out of the fucking driveway into the road, and all the adults are hanging out there. And my mom's like, Michael, what are you doing? I go, I pooped my pants. And I just started fucking bawling. And this is like fucking July in Michigan. It's humid as shit. I got shit pants. I go home, and I go into the bathroom, and like my friends come to hang out, and I don't know they're there. They're like, where'd Mike go? And I'm in the bathroom yelling at my mom like this is someone else's fault. Like, I shit my pants. I didn't say shit. I pooped my pants. I pooped my pants. It's everywhere. And I'm sobbing because I'm so fucking distraught over what had happened. And it's like, we didn't have air conditioning. It's like 96 degrees. And I'm trying to smear shit out of my butt. It's all over the fucking place. And my mom's like, is on the other side of the door. Can I help you and come in? Like, no, I don't want you to see. And, you know, all the windows are open. So I finally get all cleaned up, and I walk outside. My friends are outside in the fucking front porch. All the windows are open. They could hear me sobbing and crying about how I shit my pants to my mommy, who didn't want help from. It's fucking yes, is a terrible thing that I have to think about. That'll never go away.
Sorry, Burns.
Damn.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And it never happened again until my bachelor party.
You know what? There was a slight incident in college, but that was it. There was a slight incident in college after I had drank too much Cool Colt 45 or something, some weird malt liquor. And then we did ether and I pooped my pants then. And no one was home to know about that until now. And then your bachelor party where I completely just emptied my bowels into my boots. You know. So then now everyone knows. Everyone knows all about I'm just a human being.
Story of a Raider fan.
Can I tell you a quick? Not to
Get it?
belabor it, but I was talking to Emily this the other day. Kind of embarrassing. At like 7th grade, I was at a sleepover with some friends, and I got it. You know, we're all sleeping in sleeping bags on like the floor, and I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I stepped on this kid's glasses, and I broke his glasses. And he's like, and I wake him up. I go, I broke your glasses. I go, I'm sorry, I broke your glasses. And whatever. And then I went back to bed. And then he wakes up. He goes, man, I had a dream last night. I was so fucking mad at you. I dreamt that you broke my glasses. And I had to go, I really did break your glasses. And then he got really mad at me. And so, yeah, that was kind of embarrassing.
Fuck that 4-eyed
I
nerd.
guess as a kid,
Got him. Yeah, you already apologized.
as a kid, you don't like, I guess, know what glasses cost. I would just be
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're like $30.
They're a lot
Like,
of money.
fucking
It's like, but it's like,
expensive.
he just left him in the middle of the floor and I got up to go to the bathroom. I wasn't
Stupid.
trying to.
Yeah, your parents didn't give you a case for him.
That's his fault, Pop. That's his fault.
Exactly.
Hard Stark from the Mafia Murder Podcast, Georgia Hard Stark. She would like to know, what's one food that you refuse to eat?
Mm,
I don't. I'll let somebody else start.
Frog. I won't eat any frog legs.
I won't eat sea urchin. I've had it before. I don't like the way it feels in my mouth. It's like already chewed gum. It's not tight. It, like immediate gag reflex always. I'm trying to think of something else though. Like
To that end, I won't do oatmeal. No oatmeal.
No oatmeal.
It doesn't. It,
I like
the
consistency.
the texture, the consistency is no good for me.
Frog legs I get. Oatmeal is weird.
You don't got to get it. It's my answer.
It's a texture thing. I understand texture thing. I don't have one, but I will say horse. Like, you know, like I know people go to fucking France and they like, yeah, Carl Hess has eaten horse a couple times. I'm like, I'm not eating horse. But other than that,
Yeah, horse. I don't think I'd eat dog.
I kind of
But for like regular food,
no dog. Yeah, no dog, of course. No, I'll eat dog, Pop, but like horse, that's way over the line. But yeah,
As
a
far-
fucking dog is
As
delicious.
far as regular food that everybody eats, you know, so I don't like Bloody Marys. I don't like tomato juice. And people are always telling me, you just haven't had the right Bloody Marys. Like, no, I don't fucking,
No.
tomato juice makes me gag. I can't, there's a million other drinks I can drink. Like this right here.
Fuck, there's
I'll say
something
that
else.
fucking Bloody
that
Mary
bums me
mix
out.
at Dave's on Broadway from that bartender who is fucking
Punisher.
possible. she makes a good Bloody Mary mix.
She'll skip your songs on the jukebox
Yeah.
too if you pay for them.
That's like the least of her issues.
I'm trying to think of, I'm not a big salsa guy. But I'll eat it to be polite.
You don't like hot, so you're
Yeah,
missing out
I
on the
like
best
hot.
part.
I'm trying to think.
Missing
There's
out
been
on the best
times where
part is
people
eating
push
really
something
hot
on me, and I'm
sauce.
just like, I don't fucking want it. And they say, no, but you just have to try. I'm like, I don't want it. Like I told you, I don't fucking want it. Like stop. There's a
I've
few
definitely
ones.
been like oyster. Like I don't like oysters. And one time I was in New Orleans, hungover as shit, and I had to be polite and eat a bunch of oysters, and I thought I was gonna fucking die.
Who'd you have to fucking be polite for in New Orleans?
It was the day after a show, and I was at a bar, and like I was hungover, and I'm just like, and like, you're like, are you okay? And I'm just like, ugh, I'm just like eating these oysters at like noon, and oh god. But
I don't
you
like
know,
liver.
yeah,
I guess.
that's-
I guess I won't eat liver.
Yeah. Someday I will make you some like chicken liver pate, and I think you'd be able to like you would like it. You'd have to have one. You have one bite, and if you don't like any of it, Gnarly, you give me the rest. I'll eat it all myself.
Dan Wilkin, best birthday party or memory of a birthday.
Mm.
I think I may have talked about this on here, but it's I was probably in second or third grade, and the DNC, which was like the fucking dime store in my town, I remember going down there, and this kid that I knew, like I was like, hey, what's going on, man? And his like grandma grabbed him and like fucking wouldn't let me talk to him, which was essentially his mom. It's like, what the fuck's going on here?
What?
And he was like holding onto some shit. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then like either later that day or the next day, I fucking got taken into Chuck E. Cheese, and everybody on earth that I knew was there. And it was like this fucking insane surprise party for me.
Damn.
And what had happened was the dude was buying me a couple fucking LJN wrestling dolls, but his grandma didn't want that to fucking come out, you know? But that was a killer party, dude, and that was a good day.
Yeah, and I got to quote cite my 30th birthday when everybody surprised me with that Vegas trip. I went to Vegas. That was a good time. Very memorable.
You
party.
took that to the limit, baby.
Oh yeah, I went all the way down and back up and woo.
That's worth telling. Give us the summary of how that happened.
I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, so my 30th birthday in New York, I was in New York, and like, you know, Vince and some of my buddies back in Michigan surprised me. We're all going to Vegas for my birthday. So I'm working at Kaplan Test Prep, broke as fucking shit. So, but I've got like $1,200. Most of it's supposed to go to rent, you know, with Vince. So, but I'm like, I can play whatever. So we're there, we're hanging out, we're having a good time. I just started losing money, and I got down to $70
in the world.
That's all I had left. And I was just like, it was the night before we had to leave. And I was just crestfallen because I was like, everybody did this nice thing for me. And I'm broke. I can't pay my bills this month. I have no money left. What am I going to do? I got to figure something out. So, and I also I'm shit faced.
When you're in Vegas, dude, you don't even have to preface. It's like, it's just what is happening. Yeah.
So I'm like, I am going to, there's like a $60 Binions tournament at 1:00. I'm going to put $60 in. So I'm going to get my money back. So I buy into the tournament, but it's not for like another hour. I'm drunk. I pass out of the slot machine waiting for the tournament to start. The security guard yelled at me because I couldn't sit there. So I wake up, I get sober, I'm walking around, go to the tournament, wind up coming in second place and won like $900. And it didn't end till like 6 a.m. And by the time I won, I was just like the happiest and most tired and most delirious I've ever been in my life. And I just walked, I was like, and then
I did it.
And then then I got the next morning we got drunk again, and I flew home to New York. I got on the Chinatown bus or whatever the bus, and then I went into Kaplan. I changed my shirt, and I went and worked like a 10-hour shift. I smelled like fucking booze and cigarettes and everything. And it was incredible.
Out of here, God damn.
Yeah, man, that's where I quit that job.
But it was a good time. It was a stressful weekend, but it wound up being a good time.
I don't remember. I must have been. I think I left.
You left early. You left before me, and then I was trying to like. I remember we were at Binions. We were at Binions, and I'm trying to like pound drinks to soak up the last minute. And they went to that gift shop by Binions that sells the booze and the beers. And I remember I like barfed right by the gift shop and like played a little more blackjack. Then I was like, I gotta go to the airport. And then I got in a cab, and I got in the cab, got in the bus, and just went right into work.
Hell yeah.
And it was a good
Old
time.
days.
That sounds. You couldn't have taken a sick day. There's like no way you could do that.
In fact, what happened was, since it was a surprise, I had to tell Kaplan that I was taking a few days off, and they almost fired me, and they took away my monthly bonus. Anyway. And then I was so mad. I only worked a little bit later, and then I fucking quit and whatever. That place sucks. But
fuck Kaplan Test Prep.
Yeah, I'm not going back. Don't. Yeah.
Hell yeah. My 21st was at the homie's house, and Carlos was in jail at the time, and I thought he wasn't going to be there. But then that curly-headed fuck walked through the backyard gates, and he came out of prison to hang out. That was pretty tight. I don't know, dude. I think that's the highlight of my birthdays. Just seeing the homie coming from prison to just show up.
It just worked out, or he somehow
he got out because he went there for some bullshit. And this is like when they were really overcrowded. So I think he was there for like 8 hours total through the whole like check-in process. And then just like, all right, you got to go serve your time. He didn't want to pay like what he had to pay. So he's I'll just do the time instead. Then he showed up for my birthday, like same day almost. I was like, dang, you did it, big homie. We had a Casey Blake pinata, busted that to shit. I don't know, dude.
Nice. You had a Casey Blake?
Yeah.
That's
pinata, and we fucking beat his ass. All the candy fell out. And then, yeah, every time I've been at the Roos, I think last year was pretty tight. Like last year was a good hang.
Oh man, I missed the roost.
Someday.
Ben was there, willing and dealing.
Oh yeah. Bird, do you have any birthdays where some butthole stuff happens?
No, I don't have, it's not a poop one. It was like right after I moved from Michigan State to Chicago with my girlfriend, and it was my first birthday after I moved, and like I was real bummed for a long time. It was weird for me to go from like in college. I lived with my buddies from high school, like my extended crew of like 10 to 12 people in different combinations in different houses, but we all hung out all the time and like had no need to make new friends or join fraternities or any of that shit. Like it was like those are my guys, and I would have like really bad I got really depressed, and I would just be so bummed out. Like I missed my fucking guys. Like I don't have any fucking friends. Like it was hard for me to adjust. And my girlfriend took me out for dinner in Southport corridor in Chicago into this Italian place. And she's like, okay, we got to get home. We got to pay our bill and get home because, I have a surprise for you. And I was like, oh, like have a couple extra babes over? Like, what kind of weird secret shit do you have planned? And we're sitting there and she's like, your surprise is showing up. I'm like, I never had anyone do something like that. I know it. I'm like, what is it going to be? A stripper? Like, I'm fresh out of college. My brain just goes directly to that.
Oh, pussy.
And yeah, but then like 6 of my buddies came in, like all my nearest and dearest from home, and she's like, and I got myself a hotel. You boys have fun. Gave us a fuckload of booze and like took off for the night, and we went to hit like 10 bars in Chicago, got blackout drunk, came home, did a bunch of dipshit shit until like 5 a.m. and
what was she doing, man?
I don't care. Who cares now?
Relevant, obviously.
That's funny.
Not my problem.
Hell yeah. Fuck problems.
Exactly. That's what I think.
Hassles. And hassles as well.
Friend of the show and Monday Night Beer alumni, Mike Avila would like to know. He's got 2 questions if he may. Of course he may. Last time you were starstruck?
Mm.
I don't know that I would say starstruck, but I was at a party and John Sally was there, and I was like, oh man, I got to fucking say what's up, John Sally. And then he, I did the thing like you do. Like, yeah. I was like, I'm from Detroit. He's like, you're not from fucking Detroit. He's like, where are you from? I was like, Milford. He's like, okay.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he was very cool, very cool. But I feel like that was the last time I saw somebody, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna say something to them. Like, I guess that's not starstruck, but whatever.
One time, I was watching this movie in my apartment. Back in Brooklyn, starring Michael Shannon and Amy Adams, and I love Michael Shannon. I think it was called Missing Persons or something, but it's Michael Shannon and Amy Adams. And I just watched them. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for a walk. I going for a walk, and then I'm at a crosswalk, and I look up, and it's Michael Shannon and Amy Adams They had bumped into each other, and they were talking to each other.
Shut up.
I'm standing right next to them. And I was too, like, I didn't want to be like, hey, but I was like, what the fuck? It was like one of the craziest things that's ever, I should have said something because it was so fucking weird. It was like 20 minutes after the movie. I was just standing right next to him talking.
Wait, so were you in a movie or were you at your house?
No, I was watching it at my house. I watched it on like my laptop. I was like, I'm going to go for a walk. And then I'm at the crosswalk and I hear some guy go, oh, hey, what's going on? And then he walks up and talks to this lady and I look up and it's them who were just in the fucking movie.
That's a fucking glitch in the Matrix, dude.
Yeah,
that is like a straight up.
I feel like if I had said back in time, if I had said I just saw that, we would have all become friends, and I screwed up.
Like Fifth Square on Monday Night Beers is Michael Shannon.
Yeah, I could be hanging out with Michael Shannon, man. That's I fucked up, man.
I don't know if Michael Shannon would be cool to hang out. I think like you think he'd be cool, but I think he'd come real hard with a bunch of stuff. Like, you guys, we gotta fucking organize. Fucking you, fucking pop man. You're not working hard. Yeah, fucking kill you, Vince. It's just like, Michael Shannon can't hang out with us.
Anybody get starstruck over on that side?
Rockwell. Sam,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
saw him in Highland Park before the shit hit the fan. That was really weird. And then I saw William Fitchner at
Oh, yeah.
the LAX airport when I was leaving after my mom's wedding in Hawaii. I just flew into LAX and I was leaving with my brother to go back home. And he was right there waiting for a car. And he looked like just like he was from that movie. He's like, oh, it's the guy from Black Hawk Down. Like no one was saying anything to him, but when I pointed at him, he got all weird.
Dude, that's funny because I was there for that Rockwell thing, and it's so weird. He was with a table of people, but he was still the dude who was coming up, and they're like, "What's
He
the
had to
tab?"
order everything.
Rockwell, and he's just like picking up tacos and shit.
He just had like a button up tucked in. His shit was just like sleeved halfway. And he was like leaning on the bar all hard.
Because I remember he finally rolled over by me, and I go,
Yeah, you
"What
told
kind
me.
of shoes are those?" Because I genuinely wanted to know, and they were like boxing shoes or something.
You're like, dude, that's Sam Rockwell. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit, he's right here. Some shitty park and shitty bar in Highland. Not even a shitty bar. It was like a craft beer spot. I forget the name of it. It was like on a Wednesday happy hour time, I guess.
Yeah.
One time I was on the same Spirit Airlines flight as Tommy Hearns.
There you go.
It kind of bummed me out that Tommy Hearns was on Spirit, but I was like, hell yeah, man. Tommy.
Maybe he's frugal.
Yeah, maybe he's frugal.
Man likes good
Oh
value.
shit. Eric Roberts at Burbank this year. That was a big one. I was like, oh fuzz, Eric Roberts.
Ooh.
Then I was also on a flight with Steamboat after Mania from the Santa Clarita WrestleMania. It was Steamboat, Rhino, and Bill Simmons on that same flight. And I was like, what's going on? This is weird. Fuck Bill Simmons.
I was on a Southwest flight with Dougie Fresh once. That was
Oh,
I
nice.
sat directly behind him, like this, if you like hip hop a lot, that's like a really iconic guy. And I remember getting real nervous, but I will say that my most gushy thing is I was like 2014. I was in Chicago doing their festival, and we went up to some bar where like Matty Ryan, like a Chicago comic that knew somebody who worked at this bar. You could go up to the VIP bar, even though it was just it's like an Irish bar, but you got to know somebody to go up there. And Barry Melrose had just, the Blackhawks had just played.
Nice.
Barry Melrose was there, and that was a like, I'm doing this. This is happening. I'm going to patiently wait for my spot, and I got to get a picture with that fucking waterfall.
Doing the earring?
Mr. Melrose couldn't have been nicer. He was ripping booze and having a good time, and this is only because, and I should give credit to Matty Ryan, I think, is that like he thought I was cool because I was in that fucking room of like only 50, 20 people, so I must be somebody. I'm not some weirdo. I was like, Mr. Melrose, big fan. Would you mind if I had a photo with you? Like, that's like, I'm trying to hold it together so bad.
That's funny.
Right on. Pop, who was on that plane with you? Vanessa.
Justin Bieber's old girlfriend. Was it Gomez?
Oh yeah,
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is probably like 6 years ago, and I had flown enough. There's a period of time where I was flying a lot for comedy and whatever, and so I got upgraded to first class. And there's this like, it looked like a little kid to me, but there's this little girl, whatever, a kid, and like everybody's like looking at him, and I'm like, and well, she's probably like at the time, like, how old is she now? Like, she's probably like 17, but whatever.
She died?
But I was like, who's that kid? How do I know this kid? And I couldn't, and then I was like looking at her, I couldn't place it. And then we got off the plane and she was like sworn, and I go, oh wait, that's fucking what's your dick? Selena Gomez, Justin Bieber's girlfriend. But yeah, and she was just like, and then I told, and then I told one of my friends' kids, who's a girl, she was like very excited and like, I don't know. Yeah, it's like, yeah, she's just in sweatpants. That's my story. I
got
sat in
that
first
cooking
class and yeah, whatever.
So the second part of this question is now, the old thing about never meet your hero. So did you ever meet somebody that was either a dick or was very cool? I mean, obviously Barry Melrose was very cool, but maybe it's because he thought you were VIP.
Have I ever met a famous person who was a dick?
Well, no. I mean, someone who you like,
Yes.
no, someone who you up to that point thought might be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't
Yes,
necessarily
yes.
be your hero, but
Yeah.
like for me, Jim Ross is a prick. And not that I like, but Jim Ross is like a fucking, he's a person in the lexicon of wrestling and a guy who you hope might be cool. He is not.
Hmm.
He
that
likes a lot
sucks.
of cool stuff too. If you look at his likes on Twitter,
Oh yeah, he's a very horny dude.
it's a horny old man. Respect.
See, I wouldn't.
Mark
that's
Sanchez
perfect.
was an
I
asshole.
wouldn't know.
He was not a hero of mine, but we met him in Vegas when my one buddy turned 21, and I was barely 21 for like 3 months. We're like, hey, like Mark Sanchez, we're from California too. Like, can I shake your hand? My buddy's like, can I shake your hand? He's like, oh, I don't do that. Do the hard like, I don't shake hands. We're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Where's he at now?
And I also want to say, this is before Jim Ross's wife tragically died out of nowhere. He was a miserable prick before that. Just so we're clear.
Okay, yeah. I mean, someone can
So
still be a.
Go ahead, Burns.
No, I mean that's really interesting to me because Jim Ross does seem like a dude who'd be like, "Hey, young man, good to see you." You know.
You think
Well,
Vince
I mean-
Scully's a dick if you meet him? Sorry, Pop.
Probably not.
Vince Scully?
Yeah, he's probably super nice, right?
Hold on. I feel like I've heard who told me a story about Vince Scully being a dick.
He's like, I gotta pee. I'm 89 years old. Just let
No,
me
but it
go."
was that thing of like, I'm either not shaking your hand or get the fuck away from me. And it wasn't the story that I recall. It wasn't like a
It's not a-
situation where
Is this
he
a
should have
Danny
said
Butcher
that.
one or is this somebody else?
What's that?
Is this a Danny Acuna story?
No. And it's also not like, they didn't try to get after him in the fucking toilet or something. It was a thing where it's just like
Very casual.
he maybe didn't need to like launch a fucking nuclear attack on the person who was trying to give it up to him. But since I don't have the facts, who knows? But
Allegedly. Legend.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of comedians are shitheads. Like, right? I mean, a lot of famous people generally.
But is there someone who you thought was cool or you really liked? Like, oh man, I got all their records, and then I finally tried to say hello to them, and they were like, "Suck my dick."
Mm.
Or
Yeah,
conversely,
it's a never meet your idols question. Is
it's
I
not
prefer, it's kind of like, for me, it's like if I like someone's shit, I almost don't even, not that I'm afraid to like find out they're jerks. I almost don't even need to meet them or it's like, what am I like? There's a couple, like when I worked at Conan, there were a couple times like I could have like met somebody and I was like, I don't really want to because it's like, what are we going to even talk about? You know what I mean? I don't know. What am I going
You
to say? Like,
deserved that. Like, I just like the guy.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spoil it.
yeah, it's just like, I don't like, we're not, I don't know. It's just like, in a way, I almost don't even want to know what somebody's even like or whatever. Is that weird?
No.
no, I mean it's the same old. It's the age old. The art. Enjoy the art. Fucking. What's the saying? Is there a saying for that? Like, where you like fucking Michael Jackson songs, but hey, he's a bad guy.
Separate
I
the
think it's-
artist
I think
from
it-
the art.
Thank you, Gnarly. Yeah, separate the artist from the art. I
Gotcha,
guess.
Burns.
But it also goes
I mean-
back to the never meet your heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I specifically remember when I was working at Conan and Justin Verlander was on, and this is before he turned out to be like an All Lives Matter chode and all this shit. But I was like, hey, yeah, and I was like, hey, can I meet like because you had to ask if you wanted to. Can I meet Justin Verlander? Because I'm allowed or such. And I just walk up to him and I go, hey, I'm from Detroit. And then I just like walk, he goes, oh, thanks. And I just walked away. I was like, there's nothing.
You guys couldn't fucking get together on the fact that you both have giant asses?
I should be like, check it out, big boy.
We're the same.
There's a new sheriff in town.
I think I have one. I don't
Yeah.
think I've been like. I think I'm blessed that everyone I've come across has been. I mean, I've seen some things happen in and I won't put them on blast because it's not people that I'm like a big fan of. But we saw somebody, and we don't need to bring up the name, but we've seen people not tip properly at bars that we frequent that have a lot of fucking lot of fucking money, lot of fucking money. Like the
talking
fucking
dollar,
truck dumps it on
$1
the lawn. and-
bill.
Yeah, there's one
One.
guy that a lot of nerds
$1
fucking love
bill.
who comes into bars in his pajamas and he fucking sucks shit. That's all I'll say.
We'll leave it at that.
Leave it at that. Leave it at that. We don't need that heat. We don't need that heat.
But I think the other side of the question was if you met somebody and they ended up being cool. So I think Barry Melrose works out for that.
No.
Quigs 77. Which NFL player, any era, would make the best pro wrestling heel or face?
Pat Tillman.
Tillman's got some charisma.
He could do both. He'll switch it up.
Cena. Get a real Cena thing.
What about Bosworth?
Bosworth would be. Lawrence Taylor could be.
Dude, LT fucking
LT?
he's one of the best fucking matches of a guy from the outside ever. Also, I think Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
He's got some promo ability.
Oh yeah.
Stephen A.
I
Smith,
think-
but
I
he can't. He
feel
has
like
no
bo-
athletic
I feel like-
ability.
Stephen A. Was he a fucking football
Nah,
player?
hell no, he ain't.
Stephen A.
Check out his shit though about the Clippers. It was brilliant. So good.
Football players. I mean, LT did some stuff with WWE, right?
Lawrence Taylor. Yeah, he wrestled Bam Bam Bigelow at a Mania. It was great.
Yeah. The LT is like, he's great. I would like to see Michael Cooper. Michael Cooper, if you watch his attitude on ESPN and his coverage, he's really like, he comes down hard as he's a Cowboys guy. So his whole thing is just like, if the Cowboys win, he goes off. Like, you see a lot of passion, and I think that's what is key, is backing a team like, the Cowboys and Jerry Jones and shit. Like, I think that guy's a natural transition. He'd be a great
Cam Newton's got the fucking.
I feel like
And
Randy
he got some juice.
Randy Moss back in the day.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe Michael Irvin too.
Bill Romanowski.
Oh well, that guy's crazy. That guy's he's got Chris Benoit vibes. That dude.
Yeah, he's out of his fucking vibe.
Scott Mitchell.
I think you could slide Stafford right into a Miz type of situation, but just bring him all the way back to full bro.
Not pretty enough.
And there's the bros, but like that guy, you could have him do that. People hate that heel.
Well, he already cut a heel promo at the start of the season saying he was going for an MVP season, and that has obviously not.
Yeah, you are. That's why I have a fucking Browns hat on,
Yeah, and you got a
motherfucker.
fucking shitty Raider glass too.
Brian Edwards gnarly is gonna go off this season. I gotta support the guys on my organization.
One of my nieces.
I'm gonna bench that running back I have right now. What's his name? Jacobs. He's going to the bench. He's gonna sit there and suffer.
Trade with me.
One of my nieces was some years back friends with Eric Hippel's kid. Remember the Lions QB from the 80s?
Definitely.
Is this kid cool?
I don't know. Yeah, she seemed nice. I don't know if that makes him a good wrestler. I just wanted to name drop that I know somebody who knew Eric Hipple.
Damn.
I have like 6 Eric Hipple autographs on 8x10s that are just black and white printouts out of a fucking just common copier. And then they're signed with like a blue Bic pen that someone who knew my dad knew Eric Hipple, and he just had stacks of these. shitty, cheap black and white prints
Mm.
signed Eric Hipple.
Put these
That's
in your
so
bathroom.
Yeah.
Ted Cotta, his question is favorite type of wing, drums or flats? We've covered it, Ted. You're gonna have to peel back.
Flats.
Jojo Allen, what's your go-to order at a Chinese fast food restaurant? So like Panda Express.
Sweet and
going-
sour chicken.
Sweet and sour chicken.
Yeah. Crab meat rangoon, sweet and sour chicken.
I'm doing fucking the black pepper chicken, probably like double up on that, and then probably just either white or brown rice. But I love the fucking pepper chicken. Or yeah,
Go on all fried rice, a thing of chicken, and I'll do the whole thing of fried rice, beef and broccoli, and orange chicken. Pack it tight, please. I don't want the lid to close. I'll give you a little extra on the side. Make sure that lid don't close.
I'll do orange chicken, lo mein, and crab rangoon if they got it.
oh yeah.
Gotta get that crab rangoon, baby.
Good, dude.
And if I could add on an egg roll for like a buck or two, like give me one of those too, and I'm gonna cover that in hot mustard and blow my brains out.
Dude, it is a strange thing that it's very difficult to find what I think at least three of us consider to be egg rolls out here. Like
Yep.
they serve spring rolls out here. It's not an egg roll, and I don't know why. I don't know what that difference is.
What's a proper egg roll?
It's like got a different
Well,
skin on it.
It's fried, right?
right.
It's fried,
No.
but it's not. It's like rice paper is what they serve you out here. This is like
Yes.
egg dipped.
Is it like boxier? Not as tight?
It's usually a little fatter, but rolled the same
Okay.
way. Burns, help me out here. I know you know.
Yeah, the
Right.
the
Okay,
egg roll you get.
Chinese in Highland Park. One of the best chicken wings you'll find in the city.
It's
too.
like a
not Buffalo.
crispier dough, whereas out here it's more like the dumpling paper.
Oh, I get it. It's like that. Like you don't like the nice and like it's a fucked up joint, like tight, and you bite it and it shatters. And you want more of like a.
It's sort of like
thicker-
almost like the batter of like a crab rangoon, except
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's like it's an
No,
egg
it's
roll.
it's like egg. It's got egg, so it's kind of bubbled.
Yeah.
You can get them at
So like
Food
a
Palace.
pop on it.
Yeah.
Are you on my side or not, Vince? Are you fucking with me?
No, I'm saying I don't think it's crab rangoon.
No, what I'm saying, it's closer to that than the.
Sure.
I can't. I don't know.
Burns, do you know what it is exactly?
All right.
You probably do.
I would guess it's a
Guess.
differently folded rice paper, but I don't think that's correct. Picture, Gnarly, are you familiar with a deep fried burrito, like a chimichanga that's like all bubbly and shit, and then you throw like gravy and cheese on it?
I don't know about gravy, but yes.
You know what I'm saying?
This is an egg roll. It's like
Oh, I see what Pop's saying about the popping. He's talking about that popping on the insert, like the middle.
Mhm.
Yeah, I haven't seen one of those. I know exactly what you're talking about. Whereas like the ones here are more fried, like a tight burrito.
it's
Almost.
just a different dough, whatever that
Yeah,
is.
it's almost like a Chinese flauta.
It's got to be a family thing.
They're like
You can get them at Foos Palace though, over in Mid City.
Great name. Fuck, I want some egg rolls now. I've been eating all day.
All right. I have one thing to say
Yeah.
about egg rolls. I went to our St. Stephen's Parish as a kid, and like once a month, like usually they'd have, at the announcements on Sunday service or Saturday or whatever they tell you, but usually it's Sunday. Make sure to join us for coffee and donuts in the gymnasium afterwards, and you go have fucking donuts and coffee and shit. People mingle around, but like once a month, they would announce that the Laotian family, and which all in retrospect was so like they could have just said their fucking name, man. They like our family who in our parish from Laos is selling egg rolls in the gymnasium after, and those fuckers went like hotcakes. And I was never so happy to go to church than my mom rocking a big pile of those to take home, and we'd sit down at the dinner table. And I just dunked those in hot mustard. Like I couldn't get shit like that. We had Chinese food places and it was good, but like these were homemade. Like this family fucking made these, like hundreds of these to go sell at church the next day. And like fuck, man, I can never replicate that, but that is my egg roll. The Laotian family egg roll from St. Stephen's Parish in Saginaw, Michigan in the 1980s.
Shout out Laos, dude.
Yep.
Ted Cotta got one other in here. He says, gnarly, have you ever thought about cutting your hair like Vince did with the beard?
My thing with the hair was I was gonna let it rock until the Dodgers won a World Series. But then
No.
the pig my sister's with, he's a cop. He would always his go-to line every time to make himself comfortable when he comes over is, "When are you gonna cut that hair, bro?" So I'm never gonna cut that shit. I'll cut it when he dies.
Patrick Timothy Shaw would like to know, have we ever had the ghost pepper cashews from Whole Foods? Super good and not that
Nope.
spicy.
No.
No,
I
but
haven't been to a 365 or Whole Foods since they said their employees were getting hit with the current sickness going around. So I haven't been there in a very long time. But the buffalo almond is slept on. It's like an almond rubbed in like a buffalo rub. So addicting.
I will also say the fucking you can get pistachios at most grocery stores. I don't know what the brand is, but it's that green bag. But they do a fucking jalapeno roasted one that's fucking awesome.
This is that that's the green, that's the red, that's the chili of that brand. And I fucking house these things, man.
Yeah, nuts are a problem if we get them here. I just run through those, man.
Don't like spicy foods.
I toss them in this jar and like that's my snack like before dinner when I wait for Melissa to get home, like because it's busy work. It's like perfect fucking high, like stoned watching sports. Just
Jacob F. Anderson, Halloween is right around the corner, and I was hoping for your favorite scary movies. I don't do scary movies. I mean, I do like Rosemary's Baby, the first
Rosemary's
Halloween.
Baby for me.
Always good.
I always do the Halloween series. I got to rock like 3 or 4 of the Halloweens and Devil's Rejects. I love Devil's Rejects, man.
I mean,
shit's fucking fun.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the first one, is good. I don't know. The Thing is more of a sci-fi movie, but I think The Thing's a great scary movie.
Thing counts.
Oh, I had to watch after you suggest that movie. I had to turn it off at the point that the fucking as soon as that dog like goes into the cage with the other dogs and starts fucking squirting and shooting shit out of it. I
Oh
was
shit! You never seen The Thing?
I'm out. I tried to watch it, but
The
it ain't
Thing's classic.
Oh, the thing is like an
Yeah,
action
dude.
movie though. You gotta rest on your laurels that it's horror, but it's still an action movie.
Horror with some balls.
Yeah, that's fucking it's shame.
I'm trying to think. What are some other horror movies that I like?
I can't watch them anymore.
When I was a kid, I was too scared of horror movies to watch them. So it wasn't. Then when you're adult, they're kind of corny, except for so I just never really got into them that much.
I haven't watched it in a long time, but I remember liking People Under the Stairs.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
The original Last House on the Left is pretty tight. It's super fucked up, but there's some cool shots in there. I watched the commentary on it. Blew my mind.
I'll give a hashtag not sponsored recommendation. Like I love that Shudder app. Like if you like horror movies and like you want to watch some stuff that's a little more independent, you'll get. I think they give you the first 2 months or the first month free. Like for
Mine was
October.
a week.
Yeah, fire
What's
that
the new
up.
promo? I watched that
Fire it
movie
up,
you
yeah.
told me to watch. What was it? The Zoom one?
The host.
Yeah. And I text you a bunch of shit.
The Zoom one. What are you talking about?
Yeah, there's like a Zoom horror movie on there. It's like an hour 10. It's
It's less than that.
but it's one of those where I told Burns, I'm like, this should have been the title.
Yeah, it's essentially like it's this, except for
They do a
see,
seance.
like, it's fucked up, man. It's like it's just fucking weird.
and some jokester
It's so
chick's
cheap
just
and
like,
easy.
I'm
It's-
gonna disrespect the ghost. I live next to a goddamn
It's-
cemetery. I can't be watching shit like that.
It must have cost. This is a genius idea. It must have cost fucking, I don't know, 10 grand to make the whole fucking movie.
But this is
and
the
it's
movie,
just
Vince.
this.
Pop, this is the movie. It's just this is the fucking movie.
we're in it.
This is what you're
But
watching.
it would have been so. It's like, I'm not saying it's easy to make, but it's like you just rip out a fucking script and then you just shoot it like this, but with cameras that look like this, and it just incredible. Can't recommend it enough. It scared the fuck out of Gnarly, man. He's ironclad.
It's not
I
for
didn't
me.
say it scared me. I said it pissed me off, dude.
This last one is very pointed. Grantster74, who's walking out of the steel cage in a tag match between you, meaning Burns, and Gnarly versus Punkin and Big Toilet?
Oh, we're fucking dead.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can maybe kill Burns or Big Toilet, but Brooks ran a fucking a marathon, hungover. Like I can't do that. Like let alone like I walk up my stairs to pick up my order and I'm like huffing and heaving.
Big Toilet's also he's like
Ex-athlete?
6'2". No, he's like 6'2", 250 ex-Marine. He bench presses both of us at the same time. Like he's been trained by the government to kill people.
All right,
Like,
so me and
he's a real
Burns
psychopath.
we're sitting back and watching him kill Brooks, and then we sorted it out.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I think we cut a deal.
Gentlemen, we've done it once again. We fucking had Monday Night Beers. It was good. I want to announce a quick contest. If anyone can prove that they found this episode or any others because Jesse Pop talked about it or promoted it in any way,
I'll do it
we'll send you 2 koozies.
Come on, I'll do it tonight. I'll tweet it tonight. Shut up. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Did we do all mine, or are we going to sandbag those? Did you get into
No, I did
those?
all yours. Yeah, I did
Okay,
all
great.
yours.
I do want to show this. I do want to show this because it's the first. I can't show it on the show, but I want to show the power.
Oh,
That shit
yeah.
is ridiculous, dude. What the fuck?
Fucking belt. Two holsters on the side, and I'm not going to promo the company because that's a side deal. But these are just because I like them so much.
Raiders down 10-0, by the way. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, two of these on the side. I mean, look at that. Bang.
You just be beating the pussy off you wearing that in public.
You can wear that anywhere.
Dude makes them custom. Partybelts.com.
I'm gonna try to get a
#NotSponsored.
picture of
Yeah.
my next niece that's due in October holding that belt. I'm gonna do both at the same time. Probably get yelled at. It's gonna be funny.
Yeah. All right, boys.
Beat it.
All right. See you next
Take care.
week, guys.
Later.
Good luck.